presentation on expert system today. Over to you, Shweta. The platform is all yours.
Thank you, Indusha. So I'll present my screen. My screen visible?
Yes, Shweta.
Yeah, let me start. So happy evening to one and all present here. Today I would like to provide insights on expert system. So before getting into expert system, artificial intelligence. So what is artificial intelligence? Artificial intelligence is the simulation of human intelligence processes by machines, especially computer systems. So, many people have tried to compare the abilities of humans with those of computers. Suppose you were in charge of a large chemical manufacturing plant, and it was your duty to ensure that this factory operates at its optimum capacity with minimum wastage of materials and human resources. You could consult a number of experts who have operated similar plants with success and use their combined expertise to write a computer program in order to operate the factory. This program would essentially imitate the thought process of a human expert and manage the operation of the entire factory. Solutions to crisis situations would be anticipated and included in the program. Most people would agree that this particular program demonstrates some artificial intelligence in its task of operating the factory. This is a situation where a computer simulates intelligent human behavior as far as this particular assignment of operating the factory is concerned. The same program would probably not be useful in operating a shipyard. Some researchers have proposed that the ultimate goal of artificial intelligence is to construct a machine which could actually think like human beings in all aspects. AI continues to experience rapid changes in both concept and scope. Three major areas of AI are expert systems, natural language processing, and robotics. So today, one among that I'm gonna explain you, that is expert system. So expert systems. These are computer programs designed to emulate the reasoning process of an experienced professional in a particular area of expertise. These are also known as knowledge-based systems. These systems are designed to assist experts and not necessarily to substitute them. They are just to assist the experts. Expert systems have proved extremely useful in such diverse fields as medical diagnosis, chemical analysis, and geophysical resource exploration, etc. Further applications of expert systems are likely to become available in other fields as well. Complex instruments would soon become user friendly as they would contain programs to anticipate the difficulties a user might face in using the machine. So next, so here is the block diagram of the entire expert system. It consists of three parts. One is user interface, rules engine, and knowledge base. So as we all know, user interface, it is for the interaction of the user with the system through which the user can interact, and rules engine, it is to frame the rules for the system to work efficiently, and the knowledge base. A knowledge base is something which contains all the facts, rules, and procedures related to a specific field. It is important for solving problems in that field. In contrast to a human expert whose capacity to work diminishes with age, a knowledge-based expert system can be made more and more efficient by collecting expertise from not one but a number of experts. The computer programs along with the knowledge base can be copied to create any number of expert systems, and so the expertise is never really lost. Moreover, an expert system is available in any time of the day, unlike a human expert who needs to rest between work. Above all, a computer expert system has no preferences as to whom it provides the expertise. The user may be a very senior director in an organization or a junior officer. The same expertise is provided to both. So next comes the characteristics of the expert system. So high performance. The expert system provides high performance for solving any type of complex problem of a specific domain with high efficiency and accuracy. Understandability. It responds in a way that it can be easily understandable by the user. It can take input in human language and provides the output in the same way, so that which is very user friendly. And next is reliability. It is much reliable for generating an efficient and accurate output, whereas when it is done by human, it is not that much reliable. And it is highly responsive. Highly responsive in the sense an expert system provides the result for any complex query within a very short period of time. So the responses are very quick and the work can get done very fast and quicker. So to move on to the next, the components of expert system. So there are three components: user interface, inference engine, and knowledge base. So what is user interface? So I already have given you a short description on user interface. So let us get into detail. With the help of a user interface, the expert system interacts with the user, takes queries as an input in a readable format, and passes it to the inference engine. After getting the response from the inference engine, it displays the output to the user. In other words, it is an interface that helps a non-expert user to communicate with the expert system to find the solution. So which is very helpful. Next is inference engine. Inference engine or rules of engine, as we see in the block diagram. The inference engine is known as the brain of the expert system, as it is the main processing unit of the system. It applies inference rules to the knowledge base to derive a conclusion or deduce new information. It helps in deriving an error-free solution of queries asked by the user. With the help of an inference engine, the system extracts the knowledge from the knowledge base. So there are two types of inference engine. One is deterministic inference engine and other is probabilistic inference engine. So what is deterministic inference engine is, the conclusions drawn from this type of inference engine are assumed to be true. So it is based on the facts and rules, which is deterministic inference engine. Whereas probabilistic inference engine is a type of inference engine which contains uncertainty in conclusions, and it is truly based on the probability. So it is not based on the facts, whereas it is based on the probability. Inference engine uses the methods, uses two modes to derive the solution. So the modes are forward chaining and backward chaining. Forward chaining. So forward chaining is, it starts from the known facts and rules and applies the inference rules to add their conclusion to the known facts. So backward chaining is a backward reasoning method that starts from the goal and works backwards to prove the known facts. So finally, the knowledge base. And the knowledge base is a type of storage that stores knowledge acquired from the different experts of the particular domain. It is considered as bit storage of knowledge. The more the knowledge base, the more precise will be the expert system. It is also similar to a database which contains information and rules of a particular domain or subject. One can also view the knowledge base as collection of objects and their attributes, such as a lion is an object and its attributes are, it is a mammal, it is not a domestic animal, etc. So the components of knowledge base are factual knowledge, heuristic knowledge. So the knowledge which is based on facts and accepted by knowledge engineers comes under factual knowledge, whereas heuristic knowledge is based on practice the ability to guess, evaluation, and experiences. So, knowledge representation. It is used to formalize the knowledge stored in the knowledge base using the if else rules. Knowledge acquisition. It is the process of extracting, organizing, and structuring the domain knowledge, specifying the rules to acquire the knowledge from various experts, and store that knowledge into the knowledge base. So, now I'll explain the working of an expert system by giving you an example. So, firstly, expert system should be fed with expert knowledge. So, MICIN, it is one of the expert system designed. So, in case of that, human experts specialized in the medical field of bacterial infection provide information about the causes, symptoms, and other knowledge to that domain. The knowledge base of the MYCIN is updated successfully. In order to test it, the doctor provides a new problem to it. The problem is to identify the presence of the bacteria by inputting the details of a patient, including the symptoms, current condition, and medical history. The expert system will need a questionnaire to be filled by the patient to know the general information about the patient, such as gender, age, etc. Now, the system has collected all the information. So, it will find the solution for the problem by applying if-then rules using the inference engine and using the facts stored within the knowledge base. In the end, it will provide a response to the patient by using the user interface. So, to think about the participants in the development of expert system, there are three primary participants in the building of expert system. They are expert, knowledge engineer, and end user. So, the success of an expert system much depends on the knowledge provided by human experts. As the knowledge is fed by the human, the knowledge is of the knowledge of the human expert. These experts are those persons who are specialized in that specific domain. Knowledge engineer. Knowledge engineer is the person who gathers the knowledge from the domain experts and then codifies that knowledge to the system according to the formalism. So finally, the end users. This is a particular person or a group of people who may not be experts and working on the expert system needs the solution or advice for his or her queries, which are complex. So next, to talk about the need for an expert system. So what are all the needs? No memory limitations. It can store as much data as required and can memorize it at the time of its application. But for human experts, there are some limitations to memorize all things at every time. High efficiency. If the knowledge base is updated with the correct knowledge, then it provides a highly efficient output which may not be possible for a human. Expertise in the domain. There are lots of human experts in each domain and they all have different skills, different experiences, and different skills, so it is not easy to get a final output for the query. But if we put the knowledge gained from human experts into the expert system, then it provides an efficient output by mixing all the facts and knowledge, not affected by emotion. These systems are not affected by human emotions such as fatigue, anger, depression, anxiety, etc. And the performance remains constant. High security. These systems provide high security to resolve any queries. So there is a surety for security and considers all the facts. To respond to any query, it checks and considers all the available facts and provides the result accordingly. But it is possible that a human expert may not consider some facts due to any reason. Regular updates improve the performance. If there is an issue in the result provided by the expert systems, we can improve the performance of the system by updating the knowledge base. So next is the capabilities of an expert system. Advising. It is capable of advising the human being for the query of any domain from the particular expert system. Provide decision making capabilities. It provides the capability of decision making in any domain, such as for making any financial decisions in medical science, etc. Demonstrate a device. It is capable of demonstrating any new product, such as its features, specifications, how to use the product, etc. Problem solving. It has problem solving capabilities, which is the first and the foremost capability of an expert system. It, it is to solve the given problem. Explaining a problem. It is also capable of providing a detailed description of an input problem so that which will be easier to solve. Interpreting the input. It is capable of interpreting the input given by the user. So, once we interpret the input, it will be easy for us to find a solution to the given problem. Predicting results. So, it is also used for prediction of a result. Diagnosis. An expert system designed for the medical field is capable of diagnosing a disease without using multiple components, as it already contains various inbuilt medical tools. So the advantages, the expert system has lot of advantages. So they are highly reproducible, which means we can create more and more expert systems. They can be used for risky places. That is, it can be used even in remote places where the human presence will not be safe, so that we can access from anywhere. And the error possibilities are less. So yes, the error possibilities are less if the knowledge base is updated correctly with the correct knowledge. So the performance of these systems remains steady. Yes, it is steady. Whereas when an expert, when a human expert needs to work, he'll get affected by emotions, tension, and fatigue. Whereas a machine will not get affected. So next is they provide a very high speed to respond to a particular query. As we have seen earlier, they are highly responsive, so which will make our problem get solved easily. So as everything has its pros and cons, so let us look into the disadvantages of the expert system. The response of the expert system may get wrong if the knowledge base contains the wrong information. Yes, of course, the information that we feed into the system should be right. Otherwise, the responses will provided by the expert system will be wrong. Like a human being, it cannot produce a creative output for different scenarios. Yes, because it is completely programmed. It don't have any creativity. It is all based on the designer of the system. So it cannot do something in a moment, something creative or innovative in a moment. And its maintenance and development costs are very high. So which is costly. So it is not feasible that much in all areas. Knowledge acquisition for designing is much difficult. Once we get the knowledge, it is good, but the process of acquiring knowledge is difficult to design such system. It will be a long process to collect all knowledge and feeding to the system and then using it. For each domain, we require a specific expert system, which is one of the biggest limitations. Yes, because the solution we apply for one problem cannot be applied for the other, which is a very big drawback of expert system. So it is very complicated to create expert system for each and every problem, and it cannot learn from itself and hence requires manual updates. Yes, so it is not a human, right? So it cannot learn itself, so it requires a manual updates. So finally, to talk about the applications, it has huge applications in designing and manufacturing domain. It can be broadly used for designing and manufacturing physical devices such as camera lenses and automobiles, And in knowledge domain, these systems are primarily used for publishing the relevant knowledge to the users. The two popular expert system used for this domain is an advisor and a tax advisor. So in the finance domain, it is used to detect any type of possible fraud, suspicious activity, and advise bankers that if they should provide loans for business or not. In the diagnosis and troubleshooting of devices, the expert system is used, and it was the first area where these systems were used. So, planning and scheduling. The expert systems can also be used for planning and scheduling some particular task for achieving the goal of that specific task. So these are all the applications. Not only these, there are so many applications of expert systems. The expert systems is the best known manifestation of AI, have today gained immense credibility and acceptance in many professional fields. Several complex programs are commercially available to help analyze data fed into the machine, diagnose diseases, and perform various tasks which have so far required a high level of human expertise. Further attempts are also being made to widen the scope of each such system to cover wider domains. AI is rapidly making an impact on our lives. New machines taking advantage of AI have become irreplaceable in commerce, industry, and research. What was science fiction a decade ago is fast turning into reality. Nonetheless, man-made machines are yet not capable of mimicking in entirety the sophistication and subtlety of the human mind. So, for all the knowledge base and data which are fed into the machines have been carefully planned in advance and various exigencies taken into account. In a sharp contrast, a human being is born into the world with an ability to learn. Notwithstanding the inherent limitations, it is certain that AI would bring a sea change in information and knowledge processing in the world over in the coming decades. Thank you for such a wonderful opportunity. Thank you for your patient listening. Once again, I thank you all.
Thank you, Sweta. Very good
Thank you.
presentation. So today your presentation is slow and steady. Very good.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you.
I would like to end the session with a vote of thanks.
Yes.
Thank you so much, sir, for giving your honorable presence here. And Shweta, this session was indeed very enlightening and interesting. Thank you so much for all the participants who made this session. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.